The Deep Talk with Mr. Henry.
Every Sunday, we bring you people that matter, people that have stories that inspire you and elevate you and make you become a better person. Now, there is a phrase that has caught my attention, and of course I know you know it. Police no muntu wa bulijo. And that is a phrase that was introduced by Asan Kasingye. Is it Hassan?
Asan.
Asan?
Yes.
Some people mistakenly call you Hassan.
Hassan. But I have no problem.
they can say whatever they want.
Yeah.
It's such a pleasure. First of all, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much, Mr. Henry.
Yes. Let's just dive straight into the discussion. 30 years. If someone reads your profile, Emiaka Asatu in the institution, 30 plus.
Yeah, 33 years.
33 years in the institution of police, in different offices, Interpol, spokesperson, AIGP, among many other people. This is experience that just doesn't come overnight.
Yes.
Where does the story of Asan Kasingye begin from? It
begins from Chibingo village.
Yes, that is Western Uganda.
Yes, in the Shema municipality.
Yes.
Shema district, definitely. That's where it begins from. That's where I'm born. That's where I grew up from.
Yes.
That's where I studied, up to university. That's my village. That's my home.
Yes.
So that's where it starts from. And born from a humble family.
Yes.
Not so bad, but of course, not so good.
Yes.
Where my father used to be a businessman. He had grocery stores. He had a shop. And he would go to different markets and also operate from Kaboya Trading Center. My mother was a housewife, and the setup is that this is a village that is highly, call it structured.
Yes.
You have your relatives in there. So that's where I'm born from. That's where my life starts.
The story begins.
Yes.
There are many things you would have done as a man. You would have maybe played football, become a farmer. You would have become a businessman like your father. How do you venture into the career of being a policeman?
That one I think comes by one time I'm going to be a police officer.
Yes.
Because I remember we are born from the district headquarters now, but that time it was a Saza. Saza headquarters.
Yes.
Called Shema County, but now it is a district. So I used to see some policemen, but our view of the policemen who were local administration that time was not a proud one.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Then later on,
this was Obote's time, I think.
Yeah, this was Obote's time.
Yes.
This was Obote's time, and of course Amin's time. Amin's time because I was in primary. My primary was during Amin's time. So then we saw the war, we saw soldiers. So I used to fear anything to do with guns.
You even used to fear police?
Yes, because when I started senior one, abana be karakasa. I made a MB, sijui headmaster takorachi, they batuyetera police. Never kuba amasasi. I was in senior one. I spent something like 3 weeks, and so okuvoro my perception of the police.
And the gun as a gun. Yes.
We are not beating anybody. Kuba amasasi. At Makerere University, we used to not say good things about the police. We used to call them. We used to call them Michael West. About Michael West. Michael West is the simplified version of the dictionary.
Yeah.
So Michael West is not a good thing. Is that tebasoma? That's what we meant. Abatage and the Makerere.
Yeah.
But later on, when we studied, went into studies, ate nga nali mu political science class, economics ne political science. Ne tutandika okulaba Uganda wawe yali, wawe eri, wawe twagala kugenda. Era abantu bangi abava mu gavumenti bajja okutulaga ekifaananyi kya Uganda because NRM government had nze nagenda mu Makerere University and NRM government. Okay? So ne batandika okutugamba nti we join the forces, the UPDF now, the army, the police.
This was a request of the NRM guy.
Yes, they would come to talk to us. Of course, NRM, we were saying NRM as if there were other parties. There was no other party. There was only NRM.
Actually, I remember in our village, almost all my uncles and neighbors, they either joined the army or the police. The regime of the Mr. Koreta, there was Chris Mwesigwa.
So it was a deliberate
request,
by government to get young people to come and join the security forces. And so I started taking interest in joining the police.
You were at university then?
Yes.
When do you actually now join?
I joined the police in 1989.
This is after you finished university?
I finished university in 88.
88, okay.
Then 89, I went back there to do a postgraduate diploma in education, which I cut short. I didn't finish it. Then I had done public service interviews, indicating that I wanted to join the police. That's how I joined the police.
Wow.
In 1989.
Wow. And
our training was just here, Chibuli. Yes.
Of all those things that you know, the way the ranks grew in police, moving from one position to another, what do you think led to that? What do you think made you stand out?
Yes. When we joined, of course, we were the third recruitment of university graduates under the NRM government. One was 87, another one 88, and another one ours, which was 89.
Yes.
Yeah, so there were still a lot of opportunities within the police for graduates, young graduates. Now, for me, I was so lucky that I joined at a time when there was a program that was when there was a program to change the face of the police and to improve services. This was it was a program called British Assistance Program under the British Council and the Department of International Development, British International Development. And they had started a program called Community Policing. Ngabagala omuntu ajje atandike that program era ajigazie. And so that's how now I come in.
Yes.
Because for me, I like working with the people. I like mobilization. If you want me to be effective, okay, don't just put me in offices and put me behind. If you want me to be effective, just take me where you need people to be mobilized, where you need people to be sensitized, where you need people to be educated. That is where I excel, and I think that is now what now brings me for people to start taking attention. Who's that young man? Okay, because when I started programs like on radio, CBS radio. There's no police officer that had ever gone to radio. Notandika program every Wednesday, 11 to 1 every Wednesday for years. It was something that people had to take note. TV programs. There was waliwo omukyala bamuyita Irene Kulabako, simanyi obaliwa. Irene Kulabako yalina program on UBC. Okay? I think that time it was called UTV, whatever it was called.
It was UTV,
Uganda Television. And she also started a program, Tura Twogere or something like that. So even on TV I would be seen. So it was not very difficult for me to be identified. But the office also was becoming bigger and bigger. And every other maybe 2 years or 3 years, it was being elevated from a desk to a section or whatever to a department,
Yes.
to a directorate, and therefore you move with those ranks. So I went through all the ranks step by step, but because of the responsibilities that I had at that time.
Yes. Then you brought a significant touch with the Montuwabulijo, especially the young people on the internet. Some of them even brand you the Twitter cop.
I still believe that you can have the best police officers, the best brains in this country, and you put them in the police, but you will lack one thing if you don't get in touch, if you don't touch base. No muntu wawansi, no muntu wabulijo. I still believe that you can't do it. The UPDF was able to be who they are because their ideology is the ideology of the people.
Yes.
So even the police, for them to be able to do whatever they want to do, they must always get in touch with the people. Police everywhere in the whole world, you can only do better if the people believe in you and they want to assist you in doing your work. Yes. But
there's been a lot of criticism when it comes to that. Some people wonder whether the Twitter account for Asan Kasingye is personal or official. I'm sure it's not the first time you're hearing about this.
Yeah. In the beginning, I joined Twitter in 2015. So when I started, I was director of Interpol.
Yes.
So there they didn't mind so much. Kubanga nari mu Interpol, kala abantu oboli awo tebakuwulira nnyo. But when I became the police spokesman for the second time now, that is in 2017. So people, because I was the face of the police, whatever I was saying, I would even put it on my Twitter handle. Now people thought now that it was the official handle of the spokesman of the police. But it was just simply you. Yeah, my personal handle. But of course, I would even do other things. Now it could confuse people. Exactly. How can the spokesman of the police tell a joke? How can the spokesman of the police talk about Arsenal? Yes. How can a spokesman of the police, put a picture of his family? Yeah. So it confused them. But I think now they know. They even thought that I was not the one running it. Were you actually the one running it? You were actually the one running it, posting everything for yourself. Nobody has ever, because it's my phone. How do you touch my phone? Because a lot of personalities out there, a lot of people in positions like you had before have people that handle their social media. Yes. They have people that handle social media. But for me, I don't want anybody to handle my social media. Because definitely, you are what I perceive and how I want something to be said is not what you are going to say. Yes. And for me, I'm not a person you put in a straight jacket. Collaborate. Yeah. Even when I was spokesman, I would go and address, but I would also, put in the human touch. So for somebody to relate and say, yes, he's done this, but he's a human being. You understand? Yeah, he's a human being. Even when you make a mistake, they understand. Yeah. 33 years in service, different positions. Is there a part of you that wakes up and misses it? Yeah. The cars, guards, fuel. By the way, I am not a person who went with escorts. Have you ever seen escorts of Mr. Kasingye? I don't want to say, honestly. I never had escorts. Why? I do believe that the work I was doing, okugezaako okulinkinga abantu ba bulijjo ne police. Yes. Kiba nti oyagala bakwesige. That you are genuine person. Yes. Era byobagamba, you intend them. You intend something good with them. Kale kubamu akafaananyi ogenze okugamba abantu banange twazze wano ebyabaddewo jjo tubireke kakati tutandika okukolaganira wamu era naffe tulinga mmwe naye oyina emundu nya ziri emabegawo ekikola makulu.
I can imagine.
Ekikola makulu. Kale it was for me it was intended for that way. It was not intended to put a war between me and people. They want to my security, I understand. My security is important.
Yes.
But sometimes it is the way you approach people, the way you jail with them, the way whatever. Njagala omupira.
Arsenal.
Oba Police FC.
Yes.
Kativira.
Yes.
Okiraba. Kuba mwakafaananyi ogenze mu kisaawe kulaba omupira nayo ina escorts basatu. Kale abantu okay, bakimanyi nti it is for your security. Nayo booli awo malala bogera bwe batyo. Sajja ina malala yeraga okola ki. So shade them off.
Yeah.
For me, those who say it is bad, I respect you. But for me, that's how I did it. Naye, on your question, there are certain things that yes, you are there and you feel you miss. Okay?
Yes.
Number one, I think police is a family. Police is a family. You wake up in the morning, the first person you call is a police officer. Then you go to office and you work with police officers. I want to tell you the truth. By the time you go to bed, probably the last person you call
is a police officer.
Is a police officer. Why? Because at that moment, at night, people are calling you. Ndi wano, waliwo kino, bani bokubira to sort it out. They are police officers. So you become like a family. Even when you have an event, maybe at your home, who is there? Police officers. These are doing this one is doing this, this one is doing this. When you have a problem somewhere, the first person you call, DPC even when you are not at home, you can call a DPC, genda kwe wange, or if maybe this is okay, this is okay, this is okay. Now you are on your own.
Yes.
Okay? So you miss that touch of whatever. But to say that fuel or whatever, I needed fuel to do work.
yes.
To do government work. Now I don't need that fuel to do, because even when I had a government car and I'm going for a wedding, I go with my car. I don't go with a personal car to bury someone. Yeah. No, unless it is very far and so I don't miss that.
But you miss the family.
But yeah, nze nebuuza nti abantu abawano mu Kampala abavuga emmotoka zaabwe ne bagenda ne bakola emirimu gyabwe bafuna amafuta ga government.
No, really. So
kati nze lwaki sobola ku affordinga amafuta ga motoka yange. Mpozi like now I miss something. Like what is going on around the country. You know about me having been in things to do with the information. Because being a CPC, being a PRO, you deal with information. And I think whatever was happening in this country, I would be one of the first people to know what is happening. Kakati nga teri kintu kyosobola nafuteeka ku Twitter nga sikimanyi era nkubulirirawo immediately kino kifu kino kituufu okiraba. Now what is happening now, nange mbuuza ng'abalala kubanga ndaba ekintu ku Twitter kati nenkubirako nalabira aka video katuufu oba si katuufu okiraba. So kinkalubirira because I don't want to be to consume second-hand information.
When you've been using to first-hand for a long time. How do you feel the people that came after you, your predecessors that we have right now, how do you feel they are doing your job, the job that you did?
The ones that
we have now, yes.
I tell you something.
Honestly.
I tell you something honestly.
Yes.
My honest opinion is sometimes when you are in offices, you wake up in the morning, you want to do your best.
Yes.
Era kintu n'okikola every single day for many years. Oluusi otuuka sometime n'olowooza nti gw'okimanyi
Gwe kabejja waakyo.
Yes, okimanyi if it is like that, because you have dealt with it for quite many times,
Yes.
omanyi how to even deal
Yeah.
with it.
Yes.
Naye let somebody else come, and then you watch that somebody also has alternative way of doing something even better.
Yes.
Okay? So for me, the people who took over from me, they are doing a good job, fantastic job. Chiva ku ntobo y'omutima gwange era kyenjogera nkitegeera.
As
Because
honest
yes,
as,
because as honest as I'm telling you.
Yes.
Because yes, we left the office.
Yes.
Has the office failed to perform? It is even going better. So nze omulanga gwe nkubira abantu, you still want to be there, oyagala emyaka ebiri, oyina emyaka nkaaga, oyagala bakuweeyo ebiri, okole ki? Emyaka ebiri gy'oyagala emirala. Kiki kyogenda kukola kyotakolanga, and you think you whatever. Waliwo n'ekirala gw'obadde oba inspiringa oba motivatinga, oba sindika for courses, oba wa training, oba briefinga buli lunaku tulina kola. Do you think emyaka gy'omaze nga oba tutoringa nti tebabiteeka mu mutwe, tebasobola kukola naawe kyokola? So if they have the opportunity now, let them do it. It is growth.
Yes.
It is growth. Naffe be twasangamu abatuyigiriza emirimu.
Yes.
Bawumula dda, they are just at home. And we performed. And people would say Kasingye is doing a good job.
Yes.
But pave way and put Hadija.
Yes.
2 years, they will say Atono Yaliwa. She's doing a fantastic job.
Yes.
So the police must be able to improve with time, from generation to generation, and with people with new ideas.
Yes.
New ideas means new way of doing things, and a better police.
Do you feel like the seeds you left there before, the ideologies, the systems you had put in place, because in your regime at least many officers had come out to embrace social media? Do you feel like they're still following the same
I normally
footsteps?
write even on social media. If you follow me on social media, you'll find me when I'm writing, so and so is doing a good job. I think the last person I've talked about is Senior Commissioner Yusuf Sewanyana.
Yes.
I think it was yesterday when I said, yesterday or the other day, when I said, Yusuf Sewanyana is doing a hell of a good job. You see, when you are inside,
Yes.
you may not understand and appreciate what these people do, that when you go now, you become part of the
You're watching
community.
from the sideline.
Now I am watching from the sideline. Mpulira bulungi abantu bye boogera. Oluusi bankubira amasimu you know, nafunye obuzibu bwe buti nagenze wagundi ne gundi n'anyamba. Era, you know, so you hear what the people are saying.
Yes.
So, yeah, the people who are doing a good job, we understand them and we support them.
Yeah.
Those who are not doing a good job, the better they start, you know, pulling up their socks so that the organization can move forward.
Sagala lemera nnyo ku bya, you know, the past life. But however, as a man, in the time you were in service, do you feel like there are some things you would have done better?
Yes.
Bw'otuula wansi n'ogamba singa kino saakikola bwe nti, singa wano nakolamu bwe nti. Do such moments come to you, and
They do happen.
which ones are there?
They do happen. And for me, I think that somebody who does not recognize that there are certain things he could have done better, she could have done better, or that she didn't do at all, she didn't do well, then that person is not learning, is not moving forward. You should be, even Nyerere, after all those years, I was wrong on so I think it was African socialism, the way you called it.
Yes.
Yeah, so those moments are there.
I don't know if it would be too much to ask you to name some of them. Just cite out like one or two of them. So maybe in like 2017, I wish I would have done this better.
I think what we could have done with my colleagues to do better is there are many complaints, and we put in place a complaints desk in the police to handle complaints and handle people who have committed, who have gone out of the way.
Yes.
But we did not invest so much in improving on the welfare of the police. Emirundi egisinga.
Yes.
And the integrity surveys that I have seen. Police, yes, ye beera number one mu kulya enguzi. Buli kintu kyonna ekibi kibeera associated with police.
Yes.
Police bw'akola ekintu it comes out. So it is the bad thing. Charge him, do this. Yeah. Kubanga nkubulira kino because I was the chairman of the police appeals court. Court enkulu ya police nzena ligichairinga okumala almost 20 years.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
So, bw'otunuulira ono yakola kino ave mu poliisi, ono yakola kino bamuggyeko ranka, ono yakola kino asasule engasi, ono yakola kino, ne mutateeka budde mu kulaba nti kiva ku ki for them to do this.
Yes.
Oluusi tebalina nnyumba gye basulamu, abamu bapangisa, constables abamu bapangisa. Oluusi tebafuna services katugambe mchala we mulwadde ali eri mu ka police post akasembayo oba yagala kuzaala. How do you handle that?
Yes.
Okay. If they are sick nagenda mu ddwaliro naleeta receipt esente ze zimudizibwa oba ayagala genda waka ali Karamoja ava Kisoro bw'omuwa omusaala agenda waka bw'atuuka Mbale zigwawo. Kale, for me I think bwentuula ne ngamba nti lwaki tetwatwala a lot of time tugende tuwulirize ku nsonga ezibakwatako tumanye tukole barazas. Nali mbikola naye ngamba as a team okuteeka essira buli omu okubeera ng'akikola tumanye what is going on there. Posi oba oli awo would now be having an improved service.
It's the deep talk. Ekituufu kyo kiri nti waliwo otunulamu naawe n'olaba embeera n'ogamba I wish this would have been better. I'm really glad you've talked about this. Now, many people out there do not know that at some point you were a DJ at university. I'm still with Asan Kasingye. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about how he became a DJ, how he meets his wife, how he starts up a family. My name is Mr. Henry. You're watching The Deep Talk. Tovao.
The Deep Talk with Mr. Henry.